Dear Taurus, dear soul with a heart as patient and as deep as the ancient earth itself, come, sit with me for a moment before we even begin, before we speak of what is coming. I want you to close your eyes, just for a breath, and I want you to ask your heart a quiet question. If there were one single thing, one gentle wish you could whisper into the universe right now, with no one else listening, what would it be? Is it peace? Is it clarity? Is it the return of a feeling you thought was lost forever? I invite you, if you feel the call, to write just one word of that wish in the comments below. Not for me, not for anyone else, but as a silent, sacred contract between you and the universe. A way of saying, I am ready to align because something is happening within you. Isn't it a strange and quiet tremor in the bedrock of your being? You, who are so often the mountain for others to lean on, have been feeling a subtle shift in your own foundation. It might feel like you are walking with one foot planted firmly in the life you have so carefully built, while the other is stepping into a fog, a world of whispers and feelings you can't quite name. Please hear me. When I say this, you are not broken. You are not failing. You are in the holy process of becoming. What you are feeling is the space, the gap, between the magnificent, unwavering truth of your soul and the exhausted version of you that has been trying to hold everything together for so long. Your soul. It has never for a moment forgotten your worth. It knows the destiny that was written for you in starlight. But there are old ghosts that still walk the hallways of your heart. Aren't there the heavy cloaks of guilt, the lingering whispers of doubt, the quiet, persistent ache of an old shame you thought you had buried long ago? My dear, these feelings have overstayed their welcome. They were never meant to be permanent residents. They were simply messengers from a past version of you. And the message today, the sacred invitation from the universe, is that you no longer have to fight them. You don't have to hustle harder or prove your worth to anyone or try to fix the beautiful, deep energy that you are. You are simply being asked to remember who you have always been, beneath the weight of expectations and the scars of disappointment. You are a grounded, intuitive force of nature. You are a river of peace, with a heart that has the power to heal not just yourself, but the world around you. And this is not just a beautiful thought. It is the truth that is knocking on the door of your awareness today, embodied by the gentle yet profound energy of the King of Cups. This king doesn't rule with a sword or a crown of gold. He rules with a heart that has journeyed through its own storms and found a stillness on the other side. This is you. This is the frequency you are being called to embody. It means you are meant to lead, perhaps not from a stage with a microphone, but quietly, by your very presence. You empower others just by being in your own peace. You give others permission to be soft just by honoring your own gentle heart. So today, if you feel that resistance, that off feeling, recognize it for what it is. It is a divine signal. It is your soul gently telling you, my love, you have wandered too far into the noise of other people's needs. You have taken on their emotional storms as your own. Come back home. Come back to me. Just breathe. Pause. And when you respond to the world, respond from the deep, quiet wisdom of your soul, not from the knee-jerk reactions of your old wounds. And there is another whisper from the universe I must share with you, a very important one. It comes in the form of the Death card. But do not be alarmed, for it appears in reverse. This doesn't speak of a physical end, but of a deep, inner resistance to one. You have been hesitating, haven't you? Hesitating to let go of something or someone that no longer nourishes the soil of your soul. Perhaps it is a pattern of people-pleasing that has left you feeling utterly drained, an artist with no paint left for her own canvas. Or perhaps it's an old dream you've kept locked away, telling yourself it's too late, too impractical, too much. This resistance is the final veil between you and the life that is waiting. You do not need anyone's permission to choose your own joy. You do not need a sign from the heavens to put your own well-being first. The only permission you have ever needed is your own. I want you to take these words and let them sink deep into your bones. Write them down if you must, and say them aloud, like a sacred prayer. I relax, and I allow myself to receive. Feel the shift in that. You are moving from a state of forcing, pushing, and striving to a state of gentle, open, graceful allowing. This is not just a spiritual platitude. It is a command to your very being. It tells the universe that you are no longer willing to fight for blessings that are already yours by divine right. Today, if you can, gift yourself the medicine of sound. You don't need a grand ritual. Simply lie down in the quiet of your room and find a piece of music that feels like a balm to your soul. Let the vibrations wash over you, and if tears come, let them flow. Tears are not weakness, they are a holy cleansing, the rain that washes away the dust of yesterday so that new life can grow. Each tear is a prayer of release, making space for the abundance that is trying to find its way to you. Not just the abundance of money, but the abundance of peace, of clarity, of ideas, and of connections that truly see and honor you. And as you are creating this space, your angels are whispering something so beautiful, so liberating. Forgiveness creates freedom. Who or what are you still carrying? Picture that connection, not with anger, but with compassion. See it as a cord, woven from old emotions, old expectations, old heartbreaks. Now, in your mind's eye, I want you to see yourself holding a pair of gentle, golden scissors. And with a breath of gratitude for the lessons it taught you, you snip that cord. You are not cutting the person out of your heart with hatred. You are simply releasing the energetic weight of the past. You are freeing yourself to receive what truly belongs to your present, to your future. And there is one final blessing the universe wants to remind you of today, and it is the gift of a caring community. My dear Taurus, you were never meant to carry the mountain alone. You, who are so often the steadfast rock for everyone else, are now being invited to lean. Whether you are surrounded by a tribe that loves you, or you have been feeling an ache of profound isolation, the nudge today is to reconnect. It doesn't have to be a grand gesture. It can be as simple as a genuine smile to a stranger. It can be reaching out to one person whose light inspires you. It can be starting that small project that makes your own spirit sing. Your presence, in its most authentic, grounded, and unapologetic form, is a gift to this world. It brings people together. It creates a space of calm in a chaotic world. Remember this. Always when your spirit leads, the entire universe rearranges itself to respond. Now, let us walk together, hand in hand, into the deeper wisdom that the tarot has laid out for you today. See these cards not as separate predictions, but as chapters in a single, beautiful story that is unfolding within you right now. The journey today begins with you. It begins in a moment of quiet, sovereign independence. The Nine of Pentacles is the image of a woman standing alone in her own abundant garden, a falcon, resting peacefully on her hand. This is you, Taurus. You are entering a phase where your value is no longer a question to be answered by others, but a truth you inhabit, in your work, in your creative passions, in your very being. People are not just noticing you, they are realizing they need the unique, grounding energy that only you can bring. But the most important message of this card is an internal one. It is a whisper to trust yourself, even if you have had moments of profound doubt. That quiet confidence, that unshakable self-worth you are beginning to feel. That is your power. It is the solid ground from which everything else will grow. You are on the verge of stepping into a role, a connection, or a reality that will reward you not just financially, but in the deep, resonant currency of the soul. And because you have found this inner kingdom, a much larger cycle is now coming to a peaceful and magnificent close. The World card is here, and it signifies the completion of a massive chapter in your life's story. You have learned the lessons. You have walked through the trials. You have outgrown the old patterns, especially those in love or career where you settled for less than your soul knew you deserved. This is a card of mastery. Perhaps a relationship has ended, or a long, painful silence has fallen with someone who was emotionally unavailable. But look closer, feel deeper. Instead of the sharp sting of regret, there is a soft, quiet sense of peace, of divine closure. The universe didn't take something from you. It lovingly cleared the path because you are now ready for something more. A new connection, or an old one transformed by wisdom, is waiting just beyond this threshold. But to step through that threshold into the new world, one old structure must fall. And so, the Tower arrives. Please, my dear, do not fear this card. For a soul like yours, the Tower does not come to destroy. It comes to liberate. If you have been feeling stuck, confused, or trapped in an emotional dynamic that has no way forward, something is about to break free. This card represents the crumbling of illusions. It is the universe taking a hammer to the prison walls you were too afraid to leave. Perhaps this relates to someone from your past who made a harsh decision, who shut down and built a fortress around their heart. What you couldn't see was the chaos raging inside their walls. The Tower is not your chaos, it is the liberation from theirs. It is a sudden, powerful flash of clarity that will release you from an old story, once and for all. And what grows from the rubble of that fallen tower, a home. The Four of Wands appears like the first rays of dawn after a long night, bringing with it the promise of joy, stability, and heartfelt celebration. This is the energy of arrival. After a long journey, you are coming home to yourself. And because of that, you are ready to create a true home with another. For some of you, this signals the arrival of a soulmate connection, a relationship that feels less like a whirlwind romance and more like a peaceful, joyful sanctuary. It's a love where both partners mirror each other's growth, where you can finally take off the armor and just be. It is the feeling of warmth, of safety, of knowing you are exactly where you are meant to be. And who arrives at this sacred home? The King of Cups. This is the embodiment of the love you are now ready for. This card represents someone emotionally mature, deeply intuitive, and ready for a love that has no room for games or pretense. Whether this is a new person entering your life or someone from your past who has undergone a profound transformation. They come with a heart that is open, sincere, and available. There is a phrase in the old transcript, kicking over the chessboard, and it is so perfect. This is someone who is done with strategy, done with emotional distance, done with protecting their heart at the expense of true connection. They are ready to meet you, soul to soul, in the vulnerable, beautiful truth of the present moment. And finally, watching over this entire beautiful story is the Wheel of Fortune. This card is a gentle reminder that none of this is an accident. The universe is lovingly, meticulously orchestrating a grand and beautiful symphony just for you. Events that may seem like coincidences today or in the coming days are anything but. They are sacred synchronicities, divine winks from the universe. You might see repeating numbers that speak to your soul. You might have a dream that feels more real than waking life. You might have a chance encounter that sends shivers down your spine. These are the nudges, the signposts, guiding you along your destined path. This wheel is turning to sweep away any lingering confusion and to deliver you with breathtaking clarity to a fated meeting, a profound realization, and a life that finally feels like it fits your soul. Now, let us speak of the material world, of money and luck, for the universe desires you to be supported in every way. Your financial energy, Taurus, is vibrating with the truth of your own worth. That beautiful Nine of Pentacles returns here as a powerful promise. You are stepping into a phase not just of earning, but of being valued. All those quiet hours, those consistent efforts, the integrity you brought to your work when no one was watching. The universe saw it all. And now, the world is catching up. Expect a reward, an acknowledgement, an opportunity to land in your lap, perhaps from a place you least expect it. But understand, this is not just about money. It is about the sacred law of energetic exchange. When you finally, truly, and deeply honor your own value, the material world has no choice but to rearrange itself to reflect that honor back to you. Someone in a position of authority may see the indispensable light that you carry and choose to invest in you, in your vision, in your skills. Trust your deep, earthy intuition when making financial decisions now. A deal that seems dazzling on the surface might feel hollow in your gut. Listen to that feeling. It is your soul's wisdom protecting you. The Wheel of Fortune whispers that luck is circling back to you, a karmic reward for your patience and integrity. But you must be ready to receive it. Invest in yourself. Taurus. A course, a book, a moment of rest. You are the sacred soil from which all your abundance grows. Treat that soil with reverence. When you walk into any room today, walk in with the quiet knowing that abundance is not something you chase. It is something that follows in the wake of your serene, self-assured energy. And now, for the heart, your world of love, my dear Taurus, is undergoing a profound and sacred transformation. The energy today is ripe for a love that feels like a sanctuary. With the King of Cups and the Four of Wands dancing together, the universe is signaling the arrival of a love that is both deeply passionate and wonderfully peaceful. If you are single, please open your eyes and your heart. Someone deeply spiritual, emotionally available, and grounded in their own truth could be making their way toward you. This may not be the person your ego expected, but your soul will recognize them instantly. It will feel like meeting a reflection of your own growth, a mirror showing you just how ready for true love you have become. For those of you who are still tending to the tender wounds of a past heartbreak, the Tower's message is crucial. Release the past to embrace the present. If your peace was once shattered by someone who was emotionally cold or unavailable, you are being guided now to lovingly close that door forever. You may learn that they are grappling with their own inner chaos, but their storm is no longer yours to weather. Do not let their confusion become your burden. Your heart is being cleared for a new sunrise. If you are in a relationship, expect a transformational moment. Something may shake the dynamic, not to break it, but to break it open to a deeper level of intimacy. The World card hints at a spiritual leveling up for you and your partner. It may be time to speak unspoken truths, to be vulnerable in a way you haven't been before. That vulnerability will not be a weakness. It will be the bridge that leads you to a connection more profound than you ever imagined. Trust the divine matchmaking that is happening. Your heart is being guided home. In the world of your work and career, you are being seen. The Nine of Pentacles paints a clear picture of you as the reliable, skilled, and essential heart of your environment. Someone with the power to make decisions is watching you, and they are deeply impressed. Your quiet dedication, your refusal to cut corners, your unwavering integrity, it has not gone unnoticed. A reward, a promotion, a professional breakthrough is not just a possibility, it feels like an inevitability. This is not the time to shrink or play small. If there is an opportunity your heart secretly longs for, put your name forward. Speak your truth in meetings. Own the quiet authority that you carry so naturally. With the World card also present here, you are being encouraged to think beyond your current borders. Have you dreamt of expanding your work, of collaborating with people from different cultures, of taking your skills to a new level? Now is the moment. You are not just thinking bigger, you are becoming bigger in your impact. Even if a sudden change occurs, the Tower might suggest a restructuring, a leadership change, or even a disappointment. Trust that it is not an ending. It is the universe clearing a blocked path, pushing you out of a role you have outgrown and into one that is more aligned with your soul's true purpose. Remember your value today. You are not just a worker, you are a visionary in your own right. Act like it, and watch as the world responds in kind. Your well-being, both physical and emotional, is calling for your gentle attention. The combination of the Tower and the World is a powerful call for renewal, for shedding the stagnant and making space for vitality. Have you been ignoring the quiet whispers of your body, the fatigue in your bones, the tension in your shoulders? The emotions you have swallowed down today is about tuning in with radical honesty and boundless compassion. Your mental and emotional health is especially highlighted. The lingering ghosts of past wounds may still be subtly coloring your energy. That inner voice of doubt, the one that tells you you're not enough, it must be met with love. Healing is not a straight line, but a breakthrough is so close. Journaling, meditation, or simply speaking your truth to a trusted friend could be the key that unlocks the door to a new sense of inner peace. Rest, my dear Taurus, is not a luxury. It is a sacred necessity for you right now. Your body is asking for stillness. It is asking for recovery. Honor that call. This is a day to recommit to your physical health, but with gentleness, not force. A simple walk in nature, a nourishing meal, drinking more water. These small acts of love for your body are powerful rituals. Your body is the sacred vessel for your beautiful soul. Treat it with the reverence it deserves. And do not forget that joy is medicine. Laughter is medicine. Love is medicine. Seek out the experiences that soothe your nervous system and light up your heart. Within your family and your closest friendships, there is a feeling of warmth and clarity today. You, Taurus, are so often the anchor, the one others lean on for strength and comfort. The Four of Wands shines its light here, hinting at a celebration, a reconciliation, or a moment of connection that brings everyone closer. Someone in your family may finally find the words to express their appreciation for you, for all the invisible things you do. A moment of genuine gratitude could shift the entire emotional dynamic of your home. This is a beautiful time for healing conversations, for bridging the gaps that may have formed over time. But be mindful also of any old family patterns or expectations that no longer fit the person you are becoming. Sometimes the greatest act of love is to be the one who gently breaks an unhealthy cycle. Sometimes, love means setting a boundary. Overall, though, this is a day for nurturing and grounding. Expect supportive energy, and perhaps a beautiful realization that deepens the bonds with those you hold most dear. The cosmos today hints at a beautiful dance of energies around you. You may find yourself drawn to the passionate spark of fire signs Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. They ignite your spirit and invite you to be bold, yet, for the deep grounding your soul craves. You will find a comforting resonance with your fellow earth signs, Virgo and Capricorn. They offer that unspoken understanding, that promise of stability that makes your heart feel safe. And do not be surprised if you feel a profound, almost psychic connection to a water sign, Cancer or Pisces. They offer the emotional depth and empathy that creates a safe harbor for your most vulnerable self to emerge. But remember, the most powerful connection today will be with anyone of any sign who mirrors your own evolution and honors the sacred worth you are finally claiming for yourself. Your color for today is the deep, rich, and healing shade of emerald green. This is the color of the earth after a life-giving rain. It is the color of the heart chakra, vibrant and open. It is the color of divine abundance and growth. Surrounding yourself with this color today can help you stay grounded in your truth, while opening your arms wide to the prosperity and love that is flowing toward you. And now, take this phrase not as a simple mantra, but as an affirmation from your soul. Place a hand on your heart, take a deep breath, and whisper these words to yourself. I honor the sacred worth within me. I embrace the divine timing of my life, and I open my heart without reservation to receive the boundless love and beautiful abundance the universe is sending my way. Thank you, dear Taurus, for spending this sacred moment with me. Remember, these stars, these cards, they can illuminate the path, but you are the one with the power to walk it. You are the one who makes it beautiful. If these words have touched your heart, if you have felt seen and understood, I would be so grateful if you would like this video and subscribe as a way of saying yes to this continuing journey. I truly love hearing from you in the comments, reading the stories of your own awakenings. I will see you again tomorrow, right here, where we will continue to discover the incredible unfolding destiny that awaits you. Until then, keep shining your steady, beautiful, and essential light. You are more loved and protected than you could ever know.